Okay. Um, Today I'd like to go over some extra geometry and trigonometry problems. So we'll get started. In the figure, AC is equal to CD. The measure of angle EBC is 45 degrees, and the measure of angle ACD is 104 degrees. What is the value of X? So we're given a key piece of information here. AC is equal to CD. So AC is equal to CD. So this is an isosceles triangle. The measure of angle EBC, so EBC is 45 degrees. And the measure of angle ACD is 104 degrees. So ACD is 104 degrees. So immediately I can calculate the angles for D and A respectively because the triangle ACD is an isosceles triangle. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that these two thetas are the same. So 2 theta plus 104 is equal to 180. 2 theta is equal to 76, and theta is equal to 38. Okay, so we know that this is 38 and this is 38. Now, I could see another pattern here immediately. Now, take a look at the triangle B, D, and E. I'm going to say this is alpha, and we know that the angles in the triangle should all add up to 180. So I could write alpha plus 38 plus 45 is equal to 180, right? So what we can do here is we're going to determine the value of alpha. So alpha is 180 minus 45 minus 38. So alpha is 97. Now we know that alpha plus x is equal to 180, right? Now 97 plus x is equal to 180. We can determine that x is equal to 83. So 83 is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. So in the figure above, what is the length of NQ? Immediately, you know that if we have a triangle here, here's an L, which is 90 degrees, and 3, we can immediately determine the hypotenuse of this triangle as 5 because we remember from the Pythagorean theorem, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. C is the hypotenuse. So c is equal to 5, a is equal to 4, and b is equal to 3. Now, if I take the square root of all of this, I can determine what the value of c is. Okay. Now I'm trying to determine the length of NQ. Notice that these two are similar triangles. So if I have NQ 4p. Then I have np n, which is 5, 3, and 4. Since these are similar triangles, I can set up a ratio. So I can go ahead and say x to 4 is equal to 3 to 5. And I'm going to multiply like this. So we get 5x is equal to 12. And x is equal to 2.4. So C is the correct answer. A cube has an edge length of 68 inches. A solid sphere with a radius of 34 inches is inside the cube, such that the sphere touches the center of each face of the cube. To the nearest cubic inch, what is the volume of the space in the cube not taken up by the sphere? Okay, so what this question is saying is that we have a cube, right? And then we have a sphere inside it. So basically, the sphere is inside the cube. And we know that each length of a cube is 68 inches, and the radius of the sphere is 34 inches. Since the sphere is inside the cube, I can go ahead and determine that we need to subtract the volume of the sphere from the volume of the cube. So the volume of the cube is equal to a cubed, and the volume of the sphere is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Okay, so the difference is a cubed minus 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So we have 68 cubed as 4 over 3 times pi times 34 cubed. Okay. We'll go ahead and punch those numbers in the calculator. So the correct answer is 149,796. This is what we're looking for. Okay. Moving on to the next question. In the triangle XYZ, angle Y is a right angle. The measure of angle Z is 33 degrees and the length of YZ is 26 units. If the area in square units of triangle XYZ can be represented by the expression K tan 33, or K is a constant, what is the value of K? We know that the area of a triangle is 1 over 2 times base times height, right? So I'm going to go ahead and draw out the right triangle. So Y here, angle Z is 33 degrees, and X is here, okay? And immediate, oh, and YZ is 26 units. So immediately, I can determine what my XY is here. X is going to be my base. And if you look here, tan of 33 is equal to opposite over adjacent. So my base X is equal to 26 tan 33. Now all we got to do is use this formula to get the area of a triangle. So we get 1 over 2 times base, which is 26, tan 33 times 26, which is our height. So what is 13 times 26 times tan 33? Or that is equal to 338 tan 33. And it says we're looking for the expression k, right? So 338 is our correct answer. Okay. The graph of x squared plus y squared plus y is equal to 199 over 2, and the xy plane is a circle. What is the length of the circle's radius? Okay, so if that's the case here, we need to make it make this equation in the form which is the canonical formula for a circle. HK are the center and R is the radius. So if I look at this here carefully and this here carefully, I need to add something here. And this is a common mistake. If you're going to add something in the left, like don't forget to add those in the right as well. Okay? So if I put 1 over 4 here, and don't forget to add, you see here like how I how this 1 over 4 can be formulated into these two forms here. It's because like if I like work this way out, I have something like this. And if I add these two, this becomes x squared plus x plus 1 over 4. Same for y. So that is why I can now determine what this is. We know that 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 1 over 2. And what is 200 divided by 2? That's equal to 100. And this is r squared. So r squared is equal to 100. And now we want to determine the circle's radius, right? So r is equal to 10. And that's how you get the radius. If you're given in in a form where it's not like in a form of the equation for a circle, you're gonna have to kind of play around like what goes inside here for x and what goes inside here for y. And if you can convert it into the uh, form for the circle of equation for the circle, then you found what those two numbers are. But please don't forget to add those two numbers to the right side as well. Okay. A right circular cone has a height of 22 centimeters and a base with a diameter of 6 centimeters. The volume of this cone is n pi cubic centimeters. What is the value of n? So we know that the volume of the cone is equal to 1 over 3 pi r squared times height. And we're given a diameter, so d is equal to 2 times the radius. radius is going to be 2, d over 2. And I'm going to go ahead and put this guy inside here. So it becomes 1 over 3 pi d over 2 squared times h, which is equal to 1 over 12 pi. So it becomes 1 over 12 times pi times diameter is 6 squared here. So square the diameter times 22. So 36 divided by 12 is 3 pi times 22. This is equal to 66 pi. And we're only looking for the n. So 66 is the correct answer here. Hmm. The equation above defines a circle in the xy plane. What are the coordinates of the center of the circle? Like I said, we need to convert this into the form here. And we need to determine h comma k for the center of the circle. So, uh, what two numbers add up to 20? However, the two numbers have to be the same. So, it's gonna be 10, right? Because if I do something like this, and if I work this way out, it becomes x squared plus 20x plus 100, right? We are given this information here, right? Over here as well. And we have the extra 100 here. So I'm going to go ahead and add 100 to the right side. For y squared plus 16y, two same numbers, if I add up, need to be 16. So if I do like this, if I go like this, it becomes y squared plus 16y plus 64. We have y squared plus 16y. We have y squared plus 16y here too. Go ahead and add 64 here. Okay. Now, I can deal with these two. How can I write this in the form here? I can go ahead and say x plus 10 squared plus y plus 8 and then squared is equal to 144. Now, since I have a plus here and a plus here, and you see a minus here, right? I need to make sure that I don't get confused with this sign here. A simple way to do this is like just set the x plus 10 to equal to 0 and y plus 8 equal to 0, and I get x is equal to minus 10 and y is equal to minus 8. So the center of the circle is minus 10 comma minus 8. So B is the correct answer. Thanks for watching.